Welcome everyone to our weekly tournament here. Pawnda Team 960 Blitz Arena. Every Tuesday we host a tournament for the team/club Pawnda and horses. I'm the horse. That's the Pawnda. Alright. Astrobate, what's up? Good to see you. We've got a great quote this week, luckily. By random chance. Don't be forgetting to donate gift subs. We started a new week. This is our second stream of the week. No gift subs. Everyone's gift subbed out. Gift subs and donations of bits are welcome. Please cheer to be number one. Gift a sub to be number one. I don't mean that specifically for you, Aspirate. Of course, you supported the stream a lot yourself. But to all of you out there, please support the stream if you can. This is a 2-hour arena. Very rare. We're hosting an arena event. I've got 4 players so far, so not looking good. The same as last week, though. Let's make sure our stream title is good. I am Sladgie, hosting Pawnda 960 Blitz Arena on lichess.org. That's gonna work. Alright, let's see. I am not on Discord. I should probably get Discord open. Just a second. Welcome everybody. Pawnda Chess 960. Now you can join at any point in this tournament, so even if we don't have that many players to begin with, there's no limit to joining, or leaving and coming back, unlike a Swiss. You have to join halfway into before halfway point in the Swiss tournaments. Astrobate, what are you talking about? Alright, what is that? The tall grass? Alright, man. Whatever you say. Welcome everyone to Pawnda Team. Pawnda Team. Move 11. Chess 960. Move 11 have to work. It's not a Swiss. What? It's an arena. Did I say Swiss? It is an arena. Therefore, you can join and leave and just play a few games if you like. We only have 4 players though. Myself, Cormoran, good to see you. Move 11, feel free to join us. It's a 2-hour arena. Casual. Chess 965 plus 3. MC Coffee. Alright, we're ready to go. 10 minutes till the tournament starts. 11 to be exact. Mr. Coffee, what's up? Cormoran, thanks for joining us again. You've been away for a long time. Back to the stream. The MC Coffee, Master of Ceremonies. Welcome everybody. I welcome you. I am both sad and pleased that in his last tournament, Rashid came to my home in Latvia. He did not take first place, but the prize for beauty. As always, he took with him. Physical beauty is not what we're talking about. The game, the most brilliant game prize, the brilliancy prize, in other words. Tal and Nesbedinov had a mutual respect. Of course, being very similar stylistically with their comitative play. I think Nesbedinov is a very interesting player because he kind of combines strategic and tactical play in a kind of unique way. It's hard to define his style. Of course, Tal was also not a one-dimensional player, though everyone remembers him for his sacrifices. You can't put Tal in that category of the tactical player. There's a famous Nesbedinov Queen sacrifice, of course. I know the one in the King's Indian, of course. In the Sicilian. His queen sacrifice against Puligievsky, wasn't it? No, it was someone else. It was not Pugliese. He has a great queen sacrifice against Boleslavsky. Or Bondarevsky. I don't know, one of those two. I always get confused. It was the black side of a King's Indian, I want to say. There may be a queen sacrifice in the Sicilian. Yeah, I wish I could remember. A game with Chernikov, he sacked his queen. That's what was it? An Accelerated Dragon? Is that the Accelerated Dragon game? Where he played the Oigle? Black played the Oigle. Chernikov played the. He was a big time Accelerated Dragon player. In fact, when I played in 1999 in Bavaria, in the Bavarian Masters, yeah, Chernikov was still playing. So I remember seeing him literally still playing the Accelerated Dragon, man. He was hardcore. As late as 99. Yeah, okay, I remember vaguely now. Yeah, it's highly recommended to study the games of Nesbedinov. Cormorant puts in a link there. Wait, without A5, really? I think it was A5, no? That's the normal Oigle variation. I was pretty sure it was with A5. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so it wasn't an A5. Huh. Well, there goes my memory. Anyway, just 4 players. Mr. Coffee, you might have to step in. We need some fillers. House players. Mr. Coffee, I need to get some bot players. Some other streamers have viewer bots. We need bot players. Can we enter some bot players in the 960 arena? Maybe I should create some bot players. It's probably legal, right? Create some bot accounts, put them in there. We need house players. Someone momentarily joined and left. Teasing us. Only 4 players. Chess 960. Come on, this is what you guys asked for. I think Arsenal fan was here yesterday. This was chosen by Arsenal and one other viewer. The format of this tournament. And now they're not even here. You could find a way to embed your stream on a website with high traffic. Alright. Truth Social. We'll go for Truth Social, I think. What do you think? The Truth Social download site. Let's embed it on that. Sparkle Horse, Cormorant, Astrobate, AP87. AP87, HTFP, what about you? Let's see what other viewers are lurking out there not playing. Mr. Coffee. Got a number of viewers. Oh, maybe someone wants to join our team. No requests. It's the Fritz, Edalina, Akatosh, Olivia. There's a number of players viewing. But no one brave enough to enter the Chess 960 arena. Can't believe it. I try a different format and no one's gonna play. Man. I could change it back if no one's gonna play. I thought people would like the different format. ST33. We did a Chess 960 like a month ago, but not an arena. Are the elections fair in Hungary? That's a great question. Who the hell knows? You know, I would assume not. But, you know, obviously, as you can see from the United States, like, everyone is 100% sure whether elections are fair or not. The greatest conspiracy theory in our history took place based on the last American election. So, are any elections fair? I mean, who the hell knows, you know? Even if they're like election observers, practically impossible to say. I mean, that's like, is online poker rigged? Well, I don't know. Yeah, probably not. It depends on how you define fair. Like throwing out baskets of election votes, probably. But honestly, you know, it doesn't even, I don't think they even need to cheat. I mean, once you control the truth, right, then there's no need. If you totally control the media, and every like little old man, little old lady who lives in a village, who doesn't use the internet, you know, doesn't have access to anything but state propaganda, you don't need to cheat anymore. I mean, controlling the media in totality is enough. There's no need to actually like rig the election. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 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 There's no. There's no fair. No. I mean, it was totally. You know, he's totally. Yeah, there's no chance, man. No chance. What's sad is like the opposition really. I think a lot of people really believed they had a chance. But I mean, you know, like even Western elections are poorly predicted in a lot of cases. So, I think that I mean, the people knew that they would lose. I mean, most pundits were right about this. The left didn't really have a chance. 100% fraud free. They don't need to like steal votes that much. They just bust people in from the villages and pay them to vote and stuff like that. They give them free like chicken. I don't know. They probably give them like free stuff just to like get on the bus. It's like going to a casino. They give them like casino vouchers. You know, vote for Fidesz and you get a free voucher for like free chicken or something. Yeah, a free pig. I don't know. We actually have 10 players. No exit polls. Yeah, I mean, there's supposed to be like a lot of election observers, but I mean, I doubt there was enough to really make sure one way or the other. Yeah, there's almost no way to know if the election here was conducted in a fair way. Starting in 1 minute and 25 seconds. Aldisto, Situn. Wow, Situn is 2049 in chess 960. Cormoran, Cheesy Noob, Astrobeat, Ruslan Bear, Troll in a Roll. Good thing Troll in a Roll made it. AP87 and ST33. Don't talk about the war or the election or politics anymore. Just too depressing. One of my Facebook friends, who's a liberal, was like like they were angry that 70% of Hungarians like voted for Fidesz. I'm like, well, what do you expect them to do here? The media is totally destroyed. People are. It's like the horse has left the barn here. I mean, it's too late. You know, the European Union should have been stricter with Hungary in the first place. When they first started doing all this like crazy stuff, like kicking all liberal organizations out and controlling the media, and now it's too late. You know, it's not as bad as Russia, but it's not good situation here. All right, but enough politics. Let's start. So first game, Troll in a Roll. Where is my opponent? Aldisto. Oh, it's Arena, right? I should have done the trick where I sit out. Oh no, Uber driver. Maybe Aldisto's not here, but he has to be here. Take your time and try to figure out the starting position a little bit. I strongly advise you use your extra time, because you're not going to get it back. Strongly advised. Parental guidance, strongly advised. Yeah, that's an oof. Alright. I'm not going to give in to the temptation about talking about politics. Thanks, Super Driver, for pointing out the H7 is weak. Control the center. Castling. Uber Driver, don't forget how to castle. I know you're a specialist in that. Uber Driver, known for his chess 960 castling expertise. Chess 960. Thanks everybody for joining us for this arena. Don't forget to support the stream, gift a sub, or cheer be the first one for this week. I'm playing the King's Indian. Yeah, why do I want to play King G7 just to guard the dark squares? Man, how's my queen doing? G3. Centralization. How's my knight on C8? Good. Seatbelts on. How about bishop E4? Just drive him to a better diagonal. That's a stupid move, right? Stupid moves. B5's kind of interesting. Funkadelic. Just hit me. The interesting and funkadelic B5. What problem? What problem? That problem. The dogmatic duo. What do I want to do here? Push or take? Okay, so what do we got? We've got a chess position. What'd you say, the C what knight is the problem? Just the C8 knight, not the one on C1, right? So biased. Wait. Wait! E5? Takes? Freaking biased. E5 takes. Pawn takes? Why not? So many choices. Even rook takes is interesting. Yeah, this is fun. Something different. The knight has all sorts of options now. You have two options. It's like starved for choice. Starved for choice? Is that the word I meant? Spoiled for choice. That's what they say. Spoiled for choice. But don't forget about it. Don't forget it. Wow, knight h3. Deep thoughts. Interesting move. How about c6 at some point? Dangerous, huh? Only that once. Double edge, let's do it. He looks a little loose. There could be a tactic. Took that way, wow. Alright, this knight has to join us. Dude. No way. We gotta sacrifice a piece here. Doesn't work. Wow. Have a queen move somewhere. Knight takes d5, knight takes d5. Knight takes d5. He has an answer for that. He has an answer for that. Damn it. White's better with the pawn structure. Alright. You're gonna force me to do it this way. Wait. Can't believe he did that. I don't know why though. What's amazing about Aldous though is his speed strength combination. It's not only strong, but he's fast too. Like a perfect combination of both. It's almost like playing World Loser now. It's kind of crazy. Like I never gain time back. as fast as I might play. What? Whoa. G4 is a very run-of-the-mill move. Totally safe. It's like crazy. Where is my time and how is he so fast? It's unbelievable how fast this guy is. It's almost like he's pre-moving every single move. How can you be that fast? I mean, do I have lag or something? I don't believe how fast he is. He doesn't even use his time at all. GM Tranquilizer reading with a party of 27. Perfect timing. Maximum distractionary power. Thank you, man. European champion coverage from Tranquilizer. The man, the myth, the legend. Grandmaster Vital Levente. Thanks for the raid. Whew, what is happening here? I'm just queening. Wow, that was weird. Totally unexpected sudden win at the end. Time of that game was very strange. Thank you, Tranquilizers, for the raid. Welcome to Tranquilizers. We're playing a Chess 960 Arena here. Everyone's welcome to join, but you have to join our team. If anyone is trying to join the team, let me know. Or Mr. Coffee. Be a member of the Pawnda and Horses Club to join the team. Shout out for Tranquilizer. Cormoran already has 2 wins, and he's complaining that there's not... Yeah, dude, it's not like a 500-player arena. He's already got 2 games in. Is there a reason not to pre-move a forced recapture? No. This is not a simul. I just feel like I'm playing in slow motion. But that was a weird meltdown by White, who had more time and a better position. But he just kind of like went crazy, spiraling out of control there at the end. Where's my king again? The lobster. I'm certainly due. Lobster me this, Batman. Hello, Askerbait. This is one of my favorite systems, man. Are you kidding me? I'm like a lobster expert. Do you know how many lobsters I've played? Especially when I was like playing poker. This is just a brutal lobster. Maybe the best lobster ever. Extremely hypermodern lobster. Now this is hypermodern chess at its best. Mega lobster. Hypermodern 960 lobster. Hyper lobster. Ooh. Black has no coordination. Right. You sent a request to join. Mr. Coffee, did you get that one? Join the team. An elf on the shelf. Lichess Arena sucks. This is an awesome arena. Thanks for Tranquilizer's raid. Raidwilizer. White's pieces are awesomely coordinated. Everyone's happy except for that rook on c1. Arenas suck in general. I have bishop g4. You know that's an Askerbait move if I've ever seen one. Loves probe bishop moves. Lunar probe. But black does have good defense. He has the knight and f8 guarding d7. Taking my time about this grab with that bishop. It's just a matter of time till I take the dark square bishop and ravage the long diagonal. Babbage's. Anybody remember that store? The computer store from the mall from the 80s? Just popped in my head a couple weeks ago. Now, careful. I'm just going to quietly play bishop h3. Nothing fancy. Now notice I have the right, we have the right to castle either way here. Very mobile. Highly mobilized bishop. Gotta like this position for white. Man, d4 looks cracky crab. My king is still in the center though. First I should castle. Now everyone's happy. And we're ready to party with d4. Damn. There's all kinds of explosive stuff that can happen here. Do you want to give up that? Oh, I have an idea. Whew. I feel like the Grinch. Man, this is a beautiful position. He tried to get away. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that, man. bishop down here. That was covered. We got a life insurance on that piece. Saying Russia equals Soviet Russia. No politics, and no comparing this to politics. Don't get me distracted again. Man, what a perfect position for white. I really want to hit him with like knight b5 at some point so I can just attack basically everything on the board. c7, a7, a3. Knock out the defender on e6. White's position is just beautiful. If it works. Won a pawn. My god, dude. Uber driver. Material driver. How materialistic can you be? Giving up my bishop on h3 to win a pawn. We're hunting for bear here. I don't even want to take the exchange. Pawn. Pawn schmon. Should I take the exchange? Damn, that's devastating. This is even strong. Wow. Now maybe I'll give up my bishop for that knight on e6 at some point. Unbelievable. Does he have any threats? Yeah, potentially he could have. There is a theoretical possibility of a threat somewhere. e6 is very tempting. The theoretical possibility of a threat. You can win a pawn with bishop takes d7. Have you know? Man. Here? Okay, bishop e4 one mover. I've got knight a3. Hunter. He's a minute ahead on the clock. My whole point is about the chess has become like a shallow game because of modern time control, Uber Driver. They're hosting some tournament on the cheese.com site called like the Title Tuesday where they play Bullet or something. That's so gross. You know, today I looked at one grandmaster on lichess. I'm not going to name names, but they played like 160 Bullet games today. That's what a grandmaster did on lichess, and I'm thinking, damn, dude, that's a waste of a grandmaster. That's unbelievable. That's what you do all day? You play bullet chess? What a waste. You know, a complete waste of a title. Complete waste of a chess player. Chess isn't deep enough. That's my whole argument. I mean, it's sad, man. Look at that. Free bishop. I will take a whole bishop. Plus it defends c2 simultaneously. I'm kind of sad to have to like pull my knight off of b5 and not do the cheapos on c7, but you can't have everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna start eliminating pieces. One less piece that can mate me here. It's just, that's the way we do it. This is brutal. That's defended too. I never leave anything not defended. It's a very different game than normal chess. Black is just totally hosed here. He lost everything. 3 pieces. Funko Land. Wow, I never heard of that. That must be more modern. I just remember Babbage's. Did somebody answer that question? That was like an original GameStop. What was the other one? Oh, we got no. Doctor of Love. Doctor of Love. That's funny. Alright, Doctor of Love. Join the team. Looks like a strong player. Funko Land. Mail order. I don't never heard of it. What was I living under a rock? When was that? Man, that's weird. If you're like blocked from the stream, I'm probably not going to accept you. You've been kicked out of the team for a reason. Cormoran in first place, just crushing it. Doing the Arena Berserk. I just forgot to do Arena Berserks. Cormoran crushing it with 4 games. 80's nice. Why did I never hear of that? I feel like I have pocket aces here. With those 2 bishops on the A and the... What is that? The H and the G files? H4, H5... It's probably... It's probably sounder in chess 960 somehow. I'm playing with Leningrad. Leningrad Dutch. He likes bringing out his knights early. I'm not that big on bringing the knights out early. Although it's not necessarily bad, of course. He's defending. Alright, pieces, parts, Purdue. Wow, there's a mate? No mates. No mates yet. B5? It's a bit much. No, let's not get carried away here. Fundamental. Maybe D5, actually. Wow. I think Troll would like this. This is my king on... This is your king on crack. It's a stone wall. I thought it was a Leningrad, but it turned out it was a stone wall. My bad. I thought I had a knight there. Oh, that's messed up. Flow. Go with the flow. Flowing. Flow theory. We're coordinated. Don't mess with my lobster. Oh man, he's got a huge weakness on B3. Tactics. There's a tactic here. Yeah, it looks alright. Acerbates pro pieces again. Probe pieces. People pieces. People parts. Purple people eaters. purple. Purple people. Not gonna play anymore. Alright, you gotta get used to it, you know. It's okay if you don't like Chess 960. I'm playing for the cheapos. Come for the chess, stay for the cheapos. He could have probably sacked the exchange with like d4. He gets 2 pieces for the queen. There's some vague kind of counterplay here for my opponent, I would say. I definitely want a castle. It's really not okay. This is for fun, but it's important. Chess 960 is good for your understanding of coordination. It's the only variant I believe in. Believe it. Now he's got coordinated, but he had to like lose 2 pieces for a queen. You know, a queen for 2 pieces to get coordinated. Now he's got beautiful coordination, actually. That's a lot of material to lose. Actually, he's got a pawn as well, so almost enough material. 7 points for 9. You know, approximately. By the way, you know, speaking of chess, guys, and also let's get some gift subs and cheers out there today. Don't forget, between games. Support the stream if you can. Pay off your local international master. Yeah, night before, I don't know. Call me a... I'm a skeptic. He has to do something. But my queen on f7 is pretty good. a5 will weaken my queen side, actually. Probably not a great idea. Yeah, white's getting coordinated. Not bad. Wow. I did not think he would pull the trigger on that. Jeopardizing his pawn structure. Do I have nothing here? A5? Knight C7? Wait, 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Don't think you're aggressive enough. That's really your problem. ST33. You're just not aggressive enough. Mr. Coffee with 300 bits, chess lobbyist. You're Walking Dead at 8 p.m. Wildly aggressive. Hey, what about castling? We already castled. Only castled once. Multi-castling. I love this. This is fun today. What's not fun is playing Troll, honestly. He's too good at chess 960. That takes the fun out of it. D3, an amazing move. I don't know, man. He started out like having no clue what he was doing. But now it's gotten a little scary. Party on. Thank you for the bit donation, Mr. Coffee. Now all we need is a gift sub. We'll be fully partying. Queen check? No. Takes? Yes. That bishop's too dangerous. It has to go. We'll give a little bit back. A little material back. Now we're equal material. And then he just like lost his mind. I don't understand. You lost your mind. Have you seen his mind? Why did you do that? Why did you not capture? I guess you're losing anyway. Rook takes, pawn takes. You could do knight takes, allow me to take on b2. I didn't think it was mate, honestly. I'm probably winning somehow. I guess he figured he couldn't do it. Not unreasonable to be wary there. But a good fight. Good fight. For bad opening. You know, he's got the problem that I do, that I'm really poor. Generally speaking, I'm really bad at chess 960 openings. Actually better at the other stages of the game. Opening is my big weakness here. Yeah, this is probably an inaccuracy. I should have just taken the pawn. Instead, I'm being fancy. It's good enough. Party on, dude. The good thing is that it's hard to stalemate yourself with the bishop on the board. That makes it hard. Bishops are bad for stalemate. Astromate just gifted tier 1 sub to Merlin. Merlin Flock. Look, no stalemates. Thank you, man. Now we got a gift sub and a bit donation. Next thing you know, it'll be a hype train. Guys, Chess 960 2-hour arena. We're just not even to the 1 hour mark. All right. Cormoran is unstoppable. Somebody beat him down. Where the hell is Troll in a roll? Troll has lost all his games. Troll, how are you losing all your games? You're like one of the best Chess 960 players here. Why are you losing every single game? Your skill in Chess 960 should compensate. Even if you don't like the time control, you should be raking in the points. Said Cormoran dominating. Boca do Inferno, playing max games. I'm just plodding along. I'd be happy with 3rd place. Doctor of Love with 2-0. Unclear who that is. They have very respectable ratings. Ruslan. You've done well in arena simply by sitting out the first half hour. How does that strategy work? Half an hour? Must be a long arena, man. He sat at the first half hour of 24-hour marathon arena. Didn't have a negative result. A negative effect on his game. Oh, the streak. You're playing for streaks. I never really got into the strategy of arenas. You must watch a lot of like King Crusher streams or something. I think the secret is like resigning early. Mastering the art of early resignation, Uber driver. Know when you're beat and just go on to the next game. I don't know. No more castling. Castling is illegal. G4 looks good. Fortunately, it let him trade on H1. Doesn't really do much for me. Realistically, it's not really a benefit. This is a benefit concert. What about the safety of my king? Does that mean anything? Speaking of H4. Tempting, but no. I don't know. It's an idea. At least it's a move. I need more beer. This is too much fun. I'm drinking my beer quickly. I like to keep an open mind. F3. Exclaim. F3 triple exclaim. Yeah, he's got to play Queen F8. I mean, clearly. And trading queens kind of leaves me a little short in the advantage department. So what do I do? Queen F4? Queen F4. Guarding D4. My king is still not 100% happy, right? This is a little annoying. But I have knight e4, then he has f5. Man. So, what do I do here? g5, h6? Wow, this is really annoying. So I can't do that. That's really, really sucks. Maybe I'm missing something like g5, h6, knight e4, takes, knight f6 check, king f8, knight takes d7 check. We gamble with this? This is risky what I'm doing here. And sir, that is not a good move. So you literally have to play h6. I mean, I don't think there's another reasonable move there. It's a good move and it's forced. I don't see how black is okay now. Swiss would be better. Well, for you, but not for Cormoran. Did I blunder? I did. I blundered. Blunder. Great. Perfect. That's great. He missed queen takes d4. Oh my god. I had to play knight f6 first. Unbelievable stupid move by me. So Ruslan Bear is like one of those players, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I try to help them to improve. I miscalculate. I mean, I miss tactics because I'm just old and dumb, you know. But most people are missing tactics because they're just not even trying to calculate. You know, at least I'm not guilty of that. I try to calculate, but I make mistakes. But I mean, if you're losing because you're not calculating, because you're trying to save your time, then, you know, I think you're far, you know, that's far worse than my miscalculations because I have dementia or whatever. You must try to calculate as much as possible. I saw an interesting article on BBC, and they were talking about, I didn't get to read the whole thing, but they were talking about how Einstein was actually, it was an article about intuition. It was an article about intuition versus, I guess, other types of thinking, and I didn't know this, but apparently Einstein was a big believer in intuition. Of course, there's like ancient aliens sort of ideas that Einstein was one of those, you know, abductees or something. I mean, I know that there's a certain amount of... There's also like subconscious... I'm interested in subconscious calculation, if that even exists. Does it even exist? Is there such a thing? That's what intuition is, right? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that necessarily, you know. Calculation, I mean, like, specifically calculation. Like, maybe your brain is actually calculating subconsciously, you just don't know it. I think intuition is different. It's a gut feeling. Like, your past and your experience tells you what to do by gut instinct. It's not the same as calculation. My question is, can there be like subconscious? Can there actually be subconscious calculation? I wonder if part of intuition is a sort of subconscious calculation. It took a while to get Ruslan, you know, to a totally lost position, but I think we've got him. Where's my knight? Can it make illegal moves? No. This is awful for black. Tal also didn't calculate, just saw the end position. So he had some kind of unbelievable visualization going on. He would like visualize somehow the end position, I guess. Oh man, he has rook h8. Well, that's probably fine. How does pattern recognition fall intuition? Well, I'm sure that's really a big part of it, you know, at least for something like chess. Chess is very visual for most people. For me, it's extremely visual. Yeah, Einstein and Lasker were friends. W.J. Loof. So they probably had discussions about chess. But I was just interested to see an article, you know, about intuition in a major news site today. I mean, that's not something you see every day. Very, very relevant, you know. No, I mean, I think you're terrible at visualization. There's a certain like harmony and coordination of the pieces that comes with experience. That's what I'm using here. That's how Tal could play so well when he was drunk, basically. Tal would obviously be awesome at chess 960. He would have been awesome at chess 960. Horde Warrior. Uh-oh. Maybe that's Tranquilizer for the Horde. That's a strong player. Horde Warrior has 2252. And they play Horde, so they're literally... They're not a Warcraft Horde. They play Horde. Alright. Yeah. That's apparent from the quote, actually. Einstein thought Lasker was wasting his talent on chess. That's not surprising. Somehow, like, physics seems a little more... Mathematics and physics seems a little deeper. Or a little more meaningful, I guess. But it's also a lot broader, yeah. Lasker basically devoted most of his life to a very narrow pursuit. Although he was expert in math, right? Yeah. I mean, he was a brilliant mathematician. Beyond expert. They still use his equations. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, that's a dirty word, Cormoran. Dirty word. Don't say that to any on the right wing in America. He was a socialist. Oh my God. Evil. Dirty socialist. All right. Repun. Gotta get this politics in there. Gotta get our politics in there. Well, I wish we had less social problems. You recently visit that guy? He got silver trophy. You visit that guy? What do you mean, you visit that guy? I don't understand what that means. That's kind of hard. You visited Einstein? The Horde. Horde Pro. Horde Warrior? You visited him? Like at his house? Oh, good thing I'm not playing Troll. I feel like I'm playing Troll now. Repun is 1950. That's a solid rating for chess 960. You checked... Oh, you visit. You mean you checked his profile. It was merely a virtual visit. I don't know. He's new to the team. Mr. Coffee must have admitted him. Maybe not. Maybe I admitted him. Maybe it was a while ago. I don't remember. Like most stuff. Repun has played this pretty well. Usually I play the opening badly. I'm at a disadvantage. For some reason I can't really figure it out. I'm distinctly weaker at the opening in chess 960 than the rest of the game. Now, does that mean that I'm like weaker in openings in normal chess too? Or is it something different, you know? Why am I so bad at chess 960 opening stage? Because I'm just not as good in openings in normal chess as well? It's not as obvious. I play poker badly. Welcome to the club. Though I played better this week. You rely on your opening knowledge too much in regular chess. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm like less so than most people. I don't mean to argue G Souths, but I've always been like not very booked up for an IM. I feel like compared to most players, I don't do opening theory as much. The most title players, my rating, I think you'll see more opening knowledge. Oh, wait. Yeah, booked up is old school. Well, better not to leave my rook hanging, I guess. So, there goes castling, though. The one thing I hate about this is that I can't castle kingside now. What side is that, anyway? Okay, this is a pretty... I don't know. Is that a good move? Pretty move. No, I don't think that white has anything. I mean, he's opening the game with his king out in the center. That's pretty dangerous, actually. But he can castle kingside. Bigger island. The grip. We have the larger island. Islands are good. Less islands, the better. No, I wish I hadn't played that. Maybe it's still good, though. Knight d6, the vulture. Where do I want to put my knight here? Interesting. e6. This is a very critical moment. He's used a minute less than me. Interesting. But not unexpected. Right? I'm playing the vulture. Vulture knight. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about, most people. Vulture is a weird, unorthodox opening invented by this German FIDE master, Stefan Bucher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's like knight e4 in the Benoni or something. This knight ends up on d6 a lot. I had a really bad game with it against somebody in the Blitz game a while back. There are 960 amount of times the opening. My general opening knowledge should carry me through, you know, and it seems like I always get a bad position relative to good players. I don't think that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe my fundamental understanding of the opening isn't as good as, of opening principles isn't as good as, or I'm just not applying it or something. I don't know how to explain it. Guess I'm just not applying myself. Now we have 3 islands versus 3 islands. I've been moving side pawns a lot. You think I have a problem with central pawns? Well, I mean, my king's in the center, right? And castling is a little trickier in chess 960. So I think that's why I do it. That's why. There's a reason behind that, HTFP. Yeah, I think it's my instinct, and it may be wrong, you know, in chess 960, but my instinct is like preserve the pawn cover for my king because I don't know where I'm going to castle. So like in this case, in this game, I'm like thinking, well, my king's in the center. I don't know if I'm going to be able to castle or not, so I just won't open up my king. Look, Ma. There's no such thing as too many pawn moves. Are you kidding me? Do you know what? There's such thing as one too many pawn moves. You can sometimes, yeah. But I mean, other times it's bad, you know. It depends. Obviously. But you can do that in chess too. Trolley. Trolley lowly. The lowly trolley. Enter the dragon. This is a funny position. Too many pawn moves? Never heard of it. What's that mean? What happens if you make too many pawn moves? I try to be efficient, right? We make the minimum amount of pawn moves. Now what? Now where am I supposed to go? Step off that open file. But G-Sats is right. Haha. Defended. That's a good pawn move. Speaking of pawn moves, this here is a slightly tricky situation, but a5, a4 break is a key idea. He missed a huge move there. I mean, he has to stop me from checking him laterally and play rook g4. Now I'm just very active. The rook g4 would have made it very hard for me to do anything. But still maybe not a win. Very technical ending. Oh, it's a win. I mean, my g-pawn's too strong. Wow. No, that's a good move. I shouldn't have allowed that. That was a major inaccuracy by me. What kind of a weird move is that? Yeah, I'm screwing this up. Congratulations to me. He's developed some amazing endgame technique here, it appears. I'm almost getting outplayed. in an endgame. Huh. Dude, seriously? What? I completely butchered that endgame. Wow. I was close to loss. It was like the worst endgame I ever played. Draw would be one thing, but I think I might have been lost at some point. From a clear pawn up. Cormoran is brutal. He has 25 points. I'm lucky if I finish third. You checked that pretty quickly there with the engine. Alright. $25. Boca de Inferno. Botched. Thank you, troll. So we've got Boca de Inferno in second. Wow. He had 3 losses. He used the Uber driver strategy of losing games on purpose in the beginning to propel you to get easy pairings and then get like streak starters or something. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully quite a few of you get to play. Chess 960, nobody mentioned the Pawnda increase in population. Wednesday tomorrow. Weird Wednesday, unusual openings. This is very unusual. We have a total of 19 players. Yeah, it'd be better with more players. I mean, it takes a while to get a game. Pawnda's multiplying. You guys don't remember though. I mean, they've all been around before. These are not new Pawndas. There was Macro Pawnda, Micro Pawnda, and Pawnda. So anyone who watched my stream like 2 years ago will remember these guys. But I realized they hadn't been on the stream in a while, so I thought I'd throw them in there. Get in there! Something while we're doing something different. Cormoran lost 2 games. He lost against Boca de Inferno twice. Interesting. Other than that, he has like a perfect score. Dactor of Love. Oh, he's the Dactor of Love. Wait. I gotta see this. Sure, he's legit. Oh, he's from the Lazyborns. He has some membership in Lazyborns. Dactor of Love. 2,500 puzzles, 48 puzzle storm. That's pretty good. Yeah, whoever Pterodactyr. The Pterodactyr of Love is a new account. I'm suspicious of this account. Maybe it's like what's his face? Dr. Tripchance's new account or something. I noticed this thing with Dr. Tripchance that he's like on every female streamer stream. Whenever I like randomly click and check some streams, if it's a female streamer, Dr. Tripchance is like in there like commentating. He's like a female stream stalker. Maybe this is the Dactor of Love. The ratings would make sense. Uh-oh. Pterodactyl. The Pterodactyr. pterodactyl. I like moving my rook pawns, but it's one way to get the rooks in the game, right? Deep breath. What do I do now? I don't know. Pterodactyl. Looks pretty good, to be honest. Pterodactyl, what am I going to do with you? No idea who this is. I don't remember admitting that player to the team. Is that something Mr. Coffee did today? Does this player ever play Chess 960? We need to do more research. Looks like I need further research on Dactor. Dactor of Love. The Love Dactor. The Pterodactyl. Twitch is the worst. Good, yes, finally. We've been waiting so long to get rid of Troll. Don't worry, like Elon Musk will probably buy it soon anyway. We'll have to leave. I was so glad that I never opened a Twitter account. If I did, I would have to like close it. Because Elon Musk like bought a share in the company. If I had honestly if I had already had an account, I would have closed it. The guy is so toxic. I don't know, I keep thinking this is my king. It's like a major problem mentally. Queen F1. It's an interesting position. I guess Rook F1 is more natural. Does this queen get trapped? Yeah, that's a solid move. Well, at least he's not. We're not going to castle on the king side, whatever that is. Can I castle queen side yet? The queen flight square. That range. Range Rover. Why would you call yourself the Dactor of Love? It's like an actor. The actor. Maybe it's the actor. Should be like D apostrophe A. Can you have apostrophes in your name? Is there something wrong with that? Like you have underscore, but you can't have apostrophe? You can't have weird characters, just underscores? What characters can you have? Like seriously, why are you allowed to have underscores but not... Can anyone explain to me the logic behind that? Why are you allowed to have underscore but not apostrophes? Is there any logic behind that whatsoever? Seriously. I'm having trouble trying to figure out how that works. What is the logic? Oh, from coding perspective? That explains everything. Now I understand. Wow. So knight takes, greedy, grubber. Oh man, bishop takes c6. probably doesn't work. Or does it? Or does it? Gotta do it. You saw that. Unfortunately, b4 like messes him up pretty bad. Though it's hardly over. Still a complicated situation. This doesn't look good. He's got to take on a5. But he's objectively lost, probably. There's not much to think about here. I don't think. Is there? What other move is there? What is this? Found it. I have no choice but to take the knight now. Yeah, I have to take it. Oh, it's good his king is there on b8, because otherwise he'd be like swinging over to the b file. Yeah, that's convenient. I had this hallucination his rook is like coming immediately. In which case I'm like running for the hills here. But now he's in serious trouble. Yeah. There's nothing he can do. What is this? Yeah, that's what Arsenal sounds like. He could have played king a6 and I'd still put up some fight here. Wow, Boca de Inferno overtook the master. It's strange that, like, how does he lose his first 3 games? To Asterbait, Cormorant, and Cheesy Noob, and then wins every game? He's played Asterbait 3 times. He's in like a pattern. He just keeps playing the same people every time. Cormorant, Asterbait, Cormorant, Asterbait, Cormorant, Asterbait. Yeah, we've only got like 21 players in the arena, so it's kind of limited. But I guess you get into like a groove where the same people are finishing their games around the same time. Although that theory is not really that solid, that airtight. It's not the most airtight theory ever. I don't want to hear it. I forgot Berserk. You forgot Berserk? Like every time or just the last game? Where's my game? Oh, here it comes. What? What just happened? What the bleep? There's Cormoran. Yeah, I'm just like fianchettoing every game, but I don't like this knight on a1. This is like the Chess 960 Aliakins or something. Aliakin. Stabilize me. I'm white here. Don't forget. How dare you? Who do you think you are playing that? Trying to take the initiative. Yeah, Cormoran's very tactical. I feel like he plays sharp and balancing chess. Oftentimes I've had good positions, but he's fast and he deals well with sharp complications. But fundamentally, Where's Morales? The master of e5. No. Can't have my e5 pawn. That's too important. I'm gonna play the Mora Gambit soon. Smith. Let's just call it Smith. But what? H6? My God, man. H6. That's crazy. How can you possibly have time to play that? Wow. Unbelievable. Aspirate would play knight h4 here. Yeah, that's a bad move. Sorry, Astrobate. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Boom! Let's hit that center. Bring it on. Pawns mean nothing to me. It's the Danish Gambit version of Chess 960. I like when you cheat and like park. Oh my God, I missed that. That's bad. Oh shit. I'm so used to normal knight moves. I didn't even see he could go there. Well, that's a problem. Not happy about that. So which pawn do I take? I guess c3. I don't really want to trade queens with this initiative. Though he has c4. Trading queens is not what we're doing here. I'm down a pawn, playing gambit style. I don't think trading queens is the best. What was the plan? Forgot my own plan. Oh yeah, here. He's got all of his pieces on the back rank. I have most. Well, check out Queen c5. Well, the other thing that Cormoran is really specialist in is like obscene, like saving obscenely bad positions that no other human being could survive. I'm trying to castle like Uber driver. Saving obscene positions. It's a great idea for a new video series. He's gonna pull it off here too. I have bishop e3, no. Knight takes. Wow. I have b4. b4 knight d5. I can't believe like knight e6 doesn't work. I have no kind of tactics here. That's unbelievable. This has to be a winning position for white. How is it not a winning position? My God. Okay, so I got my pawn back, but it's like much more calm. The situation is much more calm now. The white still has a massive advantage. Not as much as I did. Maybe not massive. I do have the Asterbait. The Aster Bishop. Black is clearly completely safe now. Now what? Wait, what? He's got a 3-to-1 time advantage. Three to one time advantage? Wow. Yeah, of course. It's unbelievable. It's really strange. I mean, Black's play is like outrageously strong. I don't even understand how you could possibly be 1889. It doesn't seem believable. Your play is like outrageously strong. It doesn't mean that you make the right, rational decisions, but how you can get that position and play that well, and you're like two different people in the same game. That's insane, and it happens every time I play you. You play like you're like a 1500 in the beginning, and then you become like a 2400 in the second part of the game. I just don't see how that's possible. It's crazy. His ratings are ridiculously low. No, he's gone up. Wow. So you had that crazy. So it's only 1970 in classical that's bad. Your other ratings are okay. They've gone up a lot. You were complaining that you want to quit chess, and your ratings are like higher than they ever were. You're actually up to almost 2400 in Blitz. Well, maybe not higher, but they haven't gone down for sure. I don't know, man. The way he defended this game, he was completely lost, and he defended without using any time in a very difficult position. You don't even realize, if you don't really go back in this game and look to see how perfectly he played in the later stage after the opening. Oh my God, man. I mean, you're the worst position in the history of chess, and you're completely okay now. I don't even understand how it's possible. I'm missing forced wins everywhere. It's so frustrating. You haven't played Blitz in a year, but you're 2 minutes ahead of me on the clock? Okay. And you don't miss any tactics. He could have taken a draw before, but I'm just... It's an arena. Yeah, now the truth comes out. You don't have to take a draw. It's an arena, though, so do what you want. I don't mind playing on. Black's probably better here. But not that much. So what's up? No, it's a little irrational. Sees everything. And instantly, too. I love the stories about I haven't played chess in a year. That's always entertaining. His play is like perfect. It's unbelievable. Wow. And now I'm just lost? Nice. Interesting for a guy who hasn't played chess in a year. Pretty unbelievable. I mean, it's outrageous how strong you are. You have to be like a senior master, 2400 US. At least FIDE master. Should I go knight d6? No, knight d2, right? At least better than the endgame I saw for my teammates at a 90-30 game recently. Look at that. Look at that. Standard every day of the week technique. This is very similar to an endgame in the Teen Championship that I saw recently. But I don't know why you'd want to waste like 30 minutes of an arena on doing this, to be honest. From the perspective of playing an arena, it's a very strange decision. It's crazy how strong he is. We just spent the entire arena playing one game. That doesn't make sense to me. It's a really, really stupid thing. Wow, you found that now. Took you a while to find it. Who is like Silent Killer Gaming? Dude, what are you doing? Who is Silent Killer Gaming? That's just rude. That's crazy, dude. I mean, seriously. You'd have to be like a FIDE master at least to play that strong. At least 2300. I mean, it's crazy to claim that you haven't played chess in like the last year and you can play like that, dude. That's just, I don't know. There's no way. I mean, you'd have to be playing all the time. You're insanely fast, you're insanely strong. It's like, give me a break, dude. That's ridiculous. You gotta be like FM strength at least. It's almost like you're trolling me in the opening, too. Like the worst possible position you can get, and come back and like crush me. My God, dude. That's so sick. But why would you waste our whole arena on one game? And I would have just resigned. It would have been better. It would have been better just to resign. Now we have no chance to win the tournament. It's very stupid to play like a 20-minute game in an arena. I couldn't imagine a bigger waste of time. There's no way to catch the other guy now. I would have just resigned. It would have been better. It's a huge waste of time. You should have just accepted my draw. It means nothing, and now we're gonna lose the tournament. That's what pisses me off in like an arena. How could you play arenas and not know that? You must play a lot of arenas. The 5+3 is brutal. We'll never catch him. It doesn't matter for me though. That must have been like a 20-minute game in 5+3. I should have resigned, I guess. Once he declined my draw the first time. I normally don't play arenas, but if we're gonna do it, I'll try to win, you know. I guess I should berserk as well. 1889. That's obviously not an accurate chess 960 rating. Alright. I'm not happy to like lose a +10 position to you every time we play. I mean, this is pretty much what happens every single time. It's unbelievable. I've never ever lost so many like +10 positions to people. It's like the 5th or 6th time. I don't mind like getting outplayed from the beginning to the end, but I mean to have +10 and just lose every single time. +6, +5, +8. And then it's like you start trying or something. Almost like you're spotting me like a huge advantage. It happened numerous times. Chess 960 is harder. What is this? The Horde Warrior castled already. I mean, it's just like if you say, like, I haven't played in a year and then you crush me, it looks like you're kind of flexing, you know? That's why I became very irritated. Oh, I haven't played in a year, you know? And now I'm just gonna, like, crush a title player. No problem. While chatting in the chat. I'm tilted now. I'm just not a bullet player. Of course. Yeah, which is what I hate. You know, I hate when people play for time. It's not chess, it's bullet. But whatever. It's like my simul's. Now I have another strong player and I'm like tilted. I didn't play this player. Who is Horde Warrior? We don't even know. 2,500 in bullet, right. Wait a second. Top 10 Horde? That's weird. Oh, from South Sudan. When did you join our team? You don't play chess? He doesn't play chess. This looks kind of strong for white. I just played bishop e8. I mistakenly thought this was the player I played in the previous round, but it's not. Now I'm pretty tilted. I don't know. Yeah, h5 works well here. He prevented that on like move 1. I like this account. It looks pretty weird. Totally anonymous. Top 10 Horde player. Who is this? I feel like just resigning. Whatever. Alright, this is a horrible position. Horde Warrior won every game he played. Let's check it out. Let's pick a random game, take a look. No, they're not. They're not a computer. I'm just so paranoid. Everybody's a computer. That was a bad position, though. This is an arena. I might as well just resign. I had a horrible position. I get suspicious of accounts that like don't have any chess games. Like that's pretty weird, dude. That's super weird. 400 bullet games, 8 rapid games. 256 chess 960 games and nothing, no chess games. What is that? That's like your backup account? I played Doctor of Love before. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. I can't play if I'm paranoid. That's a basically new account. Except for Horde, I guess. I would never play a Horde game. That's pretty strange. Chess is already a waste of time. You beat number 2? That's definitely not me. I get paranoid when I play new accounts and stuff. Horde Warrior, I don't know if that's legit or not. I guess so. It had a non-perfect result in the other game, but I get paranoid. I mean, new accounts, being a top 10 doesn't mean anything either. Lots of people have been banned who have been like top 10 whatever variants. But I think he was legit based on his other game. If I'm even like a little bit paranoid though, I don't want to play people. I can't concentrate. I'm so tilted from that loss to Cormoran. I haven't tilted this bad in a while. That just hurts. I'd much rather like get crushed from first move to the end. But to like have a great position, get flagged, and then get mated. And it was torturous. How good Cormoran played? You mean like -10 in the opening? That's good? No, it goes against my entire philosophy, man. I'm sorry. What he did goes against my entire chess philosophy, so I can't respect that. It is what it is, you know. It's not just sour grapes because I lost. He's going against my entire philosophy. When that happens, you know, what can I do? My entire philosophy is to play quality chess rather than for time. You know, so when I lose positions where I'm like +10 or something, it's like soul crushing. You're selling out my whole idea. Well, you did your best, yeah, right. You could do a lot better and try to play correctly in the first place. I've been through this with a lot of other people, not just you. I mean, a host of other people. Or Loser is the prime example. You did your best only up to the point when you had a lost position, it seemed like. Then you started doing your best. Alright, I just hung a pawn. I'm just totally... I don't know what's with me. Massive tilt. I hung my whole structure. No, I can't respect people when they go against my underlying philosophy of trying to play quality chess, which maybe you don't know about. That's what I try to do. It hurts, you know. It hurts when my entire philosophy comes into question. No, but you didn't, try as hard as you should. When you say you tried, you didn't really, till it was already a lost position. I'm just being argumentative now, but it's true. This is brutal. Just getting destroyed by this guy. Thank you for the update. Alright, bishop e7. Yeah, it's just tired, whatever. Maybe I didn't sleep enough last night. You guys are reading into it too much. But I find it very irritating when people just try to flag me. Look at this. This is a weird player too. Very hard to get a read on him. Another player who just plays for time. It's like an illness. It's like a sickness. I don't understand. Why do we have to destroy chess? Why not try to play well, you know, instead of just playing for time? He just sacked his queen for no reason whatsoever. I mean, I have more than just... I'm not like hanging out playing bullet chess with people here, you know. I have an entire teaching philosophy at stake. This is not a bullet stream, you know. I'm not like Hikaru. I actually have a philosophy behind what I do, and I'm primarily a teacher. You can't compare me, you know, to other people who play bullet chess on Twitch or whatever. No, I hate fun, Cormoran. I mean, I went on a rant about it the other day. I absolutely, you know, view chess absolutely not about having fun. If you want to have fun, like go to a birthday party or go trick-or-treating or something. Or play Monopoly, you know. I mean, you can have fun while having chess, but while playing chess. But that shouldn't be like your primary motivation. I went on a rant about this the other day. I mean, you can if you want to, but it's like worthless to me. I mean, I'm here to like help people to get better at the game, you know, seriously get better, and try to really impart knowledge. And I feel like when people just play for time, it kind of undermines fundamentally what I'm trying to do. That's why it's so personal. But you're entitled to play for what you want to play for, but that's not my philosophy. Fun is definitely not what I'm interested in when I play chess. Fun is like going to the disco or something. Bogaduferdo had like a winning position and just sacked his queen for no reason. So the tournament is totally up in the air now, with 6 minutes left. Horde Warrior 5-0. Yeah, who is Horde Warrior? Where did they come from? I didn't just tilt resign. I mean, I had a horrible position against him. I'm going to save time and be like King Crusher. I might get one more game in rather than like spending 20 minutes on one game like I did against Cormoran. If you get a completely lost position, just resign. It's not even rated. I think it's a mistake to make arenas unrated. Because it makes like you don't have to pay a price for berserking and resigning games like this, you know? If I had to pay a price, Goofy, Karen, where did this player come from? Mr. Coffee, alright, they have 267 games. Who's letting all these new people in? Just sucks. No, man, it doesn't suck, but it's not about having fun. You know, I hate that. That's like... Oops. Goofy Karen's winning. Yeah, I'm tilted. I'm tilted and tired. Yeah, but the fun thing... Man, I lost my mind when I saw No Joke post an article about it. Oh, he did like a blog about how the arena is fun. The bullet arena is fun. Like, whatever, man. That's not my thing. There are plenty of things to do to have fun. I don't think like Viktor Korchnoi or Gary Kasparov is going to say that chess is fun. I'm sorry, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bobby Fischer, Garry Kasparov, and Korchnoi, just to name a few people, are not playing chess because it's fun. Now I gotta move my bishop to castle kingside? Oh, are you serious? I have to move the rook out. No! Might offer a draw? What? What is this? You offered a draw. Maybe I should take the draw. Who is this? It's just too quick. Cancel the draw. Ah. I don't get any points for that draw. What the heck? Goofy Karen offered me a draw after I hung a pawn? What? Why would you offer me a draw? Then I thought, oh, I should have taken the draw because it's enough moves, but it's not enough moves. It doesn't even count. Are you kidding me? Who's Goofy Karen? Why are they offering me a draw after 5 moves? And then I believed them. Oh my god. I don't know, Cormoran. I think you have to respect, and I do as well, that other people have. I mean, what do you want to call me, man? I'm like a semi-professional chess player. I wouldn't be as good as I am if I didn't. It's my life, man. It's nothing to you, but it's like my life. For you, it's just having fun. You know, I've devoted my entire life to it. You have to understand that. You know. You can't understand that. I mean, maybe I'm not Victor Korchnoi, but I did devote my entire life to the game. I think it's more than just having fun. That's like makes it less. It seems like it makes it less. I did it again. I hung my pawn again. The same thing as Goofy Karen. Is that the same position? I can't get used to this. Number one, my king is on... my queen isn't on d1. I did the same thing last game, and I'm just hanging the pawn. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Tournament over. I'm glad it's over. It's horrible. I think fun is also kind of a vague word, isn't it? Very vague word. Open to interpretation. But I think that chess is really been cheapened by fast time controls, and this is one of my biggest issues. Basically, people are playing chess worse than they used to, for the most part, because of the internet and bullet chess. Now this way I have a better chance to get a bad position to start with. I hung a pawn this time, so I'm tilted, tired. Great way to get kids in the game. Play this, but don't have fun. Damn, dude, you just missed the point. I don't teach kids to play, little kids to play chess. I'm not Eric Rosen, you know. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that. Trick-or-treating is having fun. I'm serious about chess. I'm not like torturing gymnastic, you know, athletes or something, like the Russian team at the Olympics or something, but at the same time I want to take it seriously. Oh, let's just have fun. No, that's a waste of time. For me, at least, you know. I don't know. I mean, I teach professional. I try to teach on a professional level. I'm not interested in teaching beginners and let's have fun at the chess club. That's not my thing. It doesn't mean it has to be unpleasant, but it's not about just fun, you know? I mean, it's more than that. Fun is like, I don't know, going disco dancing. Maurice Ashley and Eric Rosen can teach fun. I'm sure that they're very down with that. It's fun to play the whatever it is. What is Eric Rosen's? Yeah, Eric Rosen promotes like bad openings because they're fun, right? Let's teach kids to play like openings that are just patently unsound and let them develop bad habits so someone else can teach them and have to teach them properly later on. I don't know. In the interest of fun. Alright. Certainly an interesting position to say the least. Look how active and perfectly placed all the black's pieces are here. I mean, fun is like marketing yourself on Twitch and YouTube. It's more profitable to market fun. But I don't care, you know. But I have bishop takes. The game's over. It doesn't matter. The tournament's over. Tournament is over. This tournament, this game doesn't count because the arena's over. I'm already done tilting for today. Corman wants to get his money's worth in like crushing me. There we go. Now you got your money's worth. The final cheapo. There you go. See? You did it. Congratulations. I lost my queen to a one-move cheapo. Are you happy now? Wait, what's this? Tournament's over and he won't accept a draw in a lost position and I lose a piece. Like, okay. I get it, sure. I just wanted it to be over. Now he resigned. I guess that's like a protest or something. Alright. I don't understand why you can't just accept a draw. End the pain. I don't know, man. Bokudo Inferno won the game. That'll probably be the last arena that I do. Alright, dude. I don't know, man. It's a tournament. You don't understand what a tournament is? Like, the point of the tournament is to win the tournament. And the tournament's over. So, the game doesn't matter anymore. Do you get that? It's a tournament where the standings matter. Not like individual games. Like, that's the point. You're first, you're second, you're third. It doesn't matter anymore, you know? That's why I offered you a draw. But it's like you're trying to troll me or something. I don't know. It's just really weird. The tournament's over. I'm pissed off. And, like, you have to, like, decline my draw. And then, of course, I hang a piece. Whatever. It's really weird. But whatever. Difference of opinion. It's like this one time. I'll give you an example. I played in a Grandmaster tournament where the tournament, a certain player made a Grandmaster norm. And in the last round, the round was at like 9:30 in the morning, and they already had their GM norm. They had nothing to play for, and they had the black pieces against me. And I offered them the draw, and they said no. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, at least in that case, and I think it was extremely unsportsmanlike, my opponent like was at least playing for rating points. But it was like, I don't understand why you have to diss me. In her case, you know, why she wouldn't take a draw in a tournament where she had the best result of her life. She made a GM norm, and yeah, I don't understand, you know. I have a totally different philosophy. Enjoying playing against an IM. Do you see how I'm playing? I'm like hanging pieces. What's to enjoy with that? I'm like in a bad move. I'm pissed off, and I don't even want to play anymore, you know. So what's to enjoy about that? I don't really get it, you know. Under normal circumstances, I could see that argument. I think he was enjoying playing against an IM, sure. But I'm already like really pissed and irritated by the end of the tournament, so... And the tournament's over. Whatever. Silent Killer Gaming, who are you again? Are you in the tournament? But Goofy Karen with the draw offer. I don't know who Silent Killer Gaming is. Are you one of the players in the first place here? So Bokudo Inferno won the tournament. Yep, lots of games. Doctor of Love got second. And Cormoran basically finished third because he played a 20-minute game against me in the middle of the tournament. He would have won the tournament otherwise, but he didn't care. What's the point of winning the tournament, right? Why have a tournament at all? Horde Warrior, perfect score. I finished 5th. Aldisto with 6th. No, I mean, you would have won the tournament if you had just accepted my draw earlier. But we played a 20-minute game in the arena, you know. I don't understand why people do that. I focus mostly on competitive aspect of tournaments, you know, and I guess I should have just resigned when you didn't accept my draw offer. But that's where I lost my. That's when I went on tilt. But you would have won the tournament. It wasn't important, ironically, anyway. So you said fun is not the main purpose in chess. How about beauty? Yes, that matters to me. Doctor of Love. Doctor of Love. Beauty is important. Yeah, I think so. But it's in my opinion important, but that's just my opinion, you know. For some people it's not. I don't think that I don't think that beauty is important for Magnus Carlsen too much, you know. I think it was important for some top players, yes, for some not. You know, personally, for me, I think the aesthetic art element is important, but it doesn't have to be. You know, it doesn't have to be. I mean, I think it personally matters to me, you know, so if I don't feel like playing anymore, whatever. Why do you play Blitz if you want to play quality chess? Yeah, Larslini. I don't know. It's a good question. I try not to, mostly. Mostly I don't, you know. But it's the best I can compromise. I would rather play like long games or rapid. Unfortunately, I can only play so many games in like one stream. Just very trolly atmosphere today in the stream. A lot of new people who aren't usually here. But don't feel a lot of love from Dr. Love. Who is Dr. Love? Yeah, a lot of weird new accounts that I've never heard of. Dr. Love and Horde Warrior, and who else was it? Goofy Karen. What's up with Goofy Karen? Like the offer of a draw? That was weird. Why would you offer a draw? Whatever, we had a draw. Oh man. It was the end of the tournament, and you tricked me into thinking that it would count as a point or something. I play poker badly. I don't think you even remotely identify with me as a chess player. I don't think you even have, and I don't mean this as an insult, but I don't think you have much perspective. I don't. I think there's every reason to be tilted. I play badly. There's going to be a natural tendency to tilt. It's not fun. I take it seriously, you know. So when I lose, there's always an element of tilt. There should be at least an instinct to tilt. You know, today I was tired, so I didn't handle it well. But absolutely, why wouldn't I? I mean, I take every chess game that I play seriously. It's just that sometimes you deal with a tilt and sometimes you don't, you know. Today I was too tired. I wasn't patient enough to deal with it. But for you to say that there's no reason for me to tilt, I disagree completely. You know, I think if you're going to put your heart and soul into something, there should definitely be at least the instinct to tilt, you know, and usually you deal with it better. And today I didn't. If there's not the instinct to tilt, you'll never get better at something. You know, there has to be a very strong drive. And you have to be angry when you lose, you know. If there's not, like, why would you have the incentive to get better? I think. You're playing bad. Maybe you would play poker better. You would play poker better if you understood. There's got to be the instinct to improve and to be disappointed with your bad results. It's a question of how you handle it, you know. And today I didn't handle it well. But if that's not there, you're never going to get better. I mean, absolutely. Yeah, Boca do Inferno wins this tournament. The mysterious Doctor of Love, who I think is an account, a multi-accounter. Someone else who we might know. I don't know. Cormoran third. Cormoran, I don't understand how he lost so many games at the end. He lost to Doctor of Love. Oh, Horde Warrior. Okay. You don't need to be good. Really? Well, it helps, man. If you don't want to lose all your money, I think it helps to be good. Horde Warrior. Yeah, I don't know. Mysterious Horde Warrior. Playing Chess 960. Yeah. Never. If you play poker badly, how would you not have a losing money problem? That doesn't make sense. Seriously. Your name is I Play Poker Badly. You're horrible at poker, but you don't have a losing money problem? So you basically don't play poker for money, or what? I don't understand. That doesn't really add up. By definition, people who play poker badly lose money. But I guess we're just playing poker for fun, right? I assume when somebody takes the time to make their Twitch handle about poker, that they would be, you know, really into it. He plays poker with his friend's account, man. I don't know. I wouldn't make my handle like poker or something unless I was really into poker. Bokudu Inferno first place, Doctor of Love second, Cormoran third, Horde Warrior with a perfect score fourth. You suggest an increment, I guess, so you can play more games. Oh. Yeah, I'll pass on that. No, this format didn't work. It didn't really work well. Chess 960 is awkward. But I wouldn't do another arena. Aldis, though, got only 17, who's a very strong player. Troll in a Roll, actually a Chess 960 specialist with only 10 points. Astrobait with 10, Ruslan Bear with 8, and Kwam with 6. You know, I mean, I suggest anybody who doesn't appreciate my view of fun to watch Eric Rosen stream. You know, if you wanna watch someone who has fun and doesn't particularly care about taking chess that seriously, I think someone like Eric Rosen would be perfect. But I really, I'm not just trying to single him out. I think he's a good example of someone who 5-year-old kids can watch the stream and it's fun, you know. But I have a completely different philosophy about the game. You know, if I lose, I'm pissed. I want to play better. I want to take chess seriously. I want to teach other people to take chess seriously. Unfortunately, online chess has this movement toward being kind of a joke, you know. I don't know. I want to take it seriously, but it's tricky. I just didn't manage my emotions well today. So no increment only makes it worse. That would make it worse, you know. I would suggest like a 1-0 arena tournament, open to everybody. You know, that would probably like make me like never want to play chess again. Completely. Yeah. I don't know. I play poker badly. You just said like a minute ago, God, yeah, I'm horrible at poker. So I don't understand. Now you're coming back at me with, we could do some heads ups sometime and find out how bad I am. What is that? Like, you're trying to challenge me to play poker with you? I don't understand, man. Like, what is your deal? Like, you want to troll me or something? I don't play heads up poker like much, so I'm sure that you could be a very good heads up player. But I don't understand, you know, I'm just taking literally what you said in the stream. I don't know if you're a great poker player, a bad poker player, a pro, or what the point is. But seriously, I mean, that's just irritating. I'm just going on what you said in the chat, you know. Now you're like, oh, I want to challenge you to play heads up. Like, man, I'm just repeating what you said. I don't know if you're a great heads up pro or something. Like, that's ridiculous. Alright, anyway, I'm already in a bad mood, so I don't need anybody, like, trolling me. Bokudu Inferno, congratulations. We'll see you guys later. I'm just out of here. I gotta go play more chess. So, that's it for tonight. Great tournament. Congratulations to the winners. Thanks, Astrobait, Mr. Coffee. And, I'll try to get the tilt under control.